You there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Fortnite's Favorite. Today, I have a 4v4 custom match here on the most famous map in all of Supreme Commanderdom. It is SETON'S Clutch. So without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players. Starting off with Team 1 in the Northeast, ending with Team 2 in the Southwest. Starting off with Team 1's Cliff Rock position, we have in Royal Blue, it is Papiska. I think that's how you say his name. He is an Aeon. He is a 2300 to the rear guard slot here for Team 1. We have in Regal Purple, it is Shen. He's playing as a Cybran as a 2300. To his west, we have in Batman Gray, it is the Wiki. He's playing as a Cybran as well. He is a 2600, the highest rated player on Team 1 and in the game overall, and he is in the beach slot. And to his south, we have in Stitch Blue in the Causeway position, it is Swadoslav. He is a Seraphim as a 1900. We'll note he is the lowest ranked player in the game at 1900 rating. So just take that into mind as you look at the players and the whatnot. So for Team 1 side of the map, for their faction makeup, they have 2 Cybrans, a Seraphim, and an Aeon. No UEF for Team 1. Starting off with Team 2's Cliff Rock position, we have in Chevy Crimson, it is Foley playing as a Cybran. He is a 2500. He is the highest rated player on Team 2, again in Chevy Crimson. To his south, we have in Forest Green playing as a UEF. It is the player of Pink Fluffy Noob. His name is not Deli. You might have seen the comment in the chat. That is not Deli. Deli is actually in the Causeway position. So this is Pink Fluffy Noob in Forest Green playing as the one and only UEF of the game in the rear guard slot. To his east in the beach slot, it is the Amethyst Purple player of Nexus. He is a 2400 playing as an Aeon. And his next door neighbor to the north in the Causeway position in Orange, Scarlet Orange, it is Deli, the real Deli. He is a 2300. So for Team 2 side of the map, they have 2 Aeon, 1 UEF, and 1 Cybran. No Seraphim tech for Team 2. No UEF tech for Team 1. We do see that the beach players are going to the middle of the map to reinforce the Causeway players, and that is going to be probably the trend for a while, unless the meta changes again. We'll see if it does or it doesn't, but I don't know. I feel like this added addition of having 2 players from each team in the middle definitely adds to the intensity of the Causeway. It makes it a little bit more exciting because a 1v1, of course, is all important and whatnot, given it's a 4v4 game, but given the fact that, again, it is a 4v4 game, there's not a lot of combi-com action on SETON'S, so it's nice to just get a little bit more of that earlier on. We do see that transporters dropped off engineers from Foley. We do see engineers have been dropped off from Papiska. So both of the customary players to go for the islands have now grabbed their expansions. We do see a bomber inbound from Team 1's the Wiki, though, and the engineers have spread out a tiny smidgen. So 1 engineer is down, 2 more remaining, and that should be finished off. Of course, combi-com action will have started, as we saw earlier with Swadoslav and Deli. We see a couple of inbound units from both of those players to help reinforce. We do see the facility has been built. Transport inbound from the Wiki, moving in to try to claim the island for himself, immediately reclaiming. We do see a nice little hunter here to try to assist. Another unit about to be built. Will it be enough? No, it will not. The hunter is denied, at least its companion is denied, and the facility is now dead, and it will be reclaimed by Team 1. That will give Team 1 a little bit more eco to play with, especially being in the beach slot. We do see the second player for Team 1 for the big guy, or the big one, or a big deal, or whatever you want to call him. He is the Wiki. He's changed his name. Gotta love it when players change their names. Just gotta love it. I have to keep referring to the scoreboard to figure out who is who. We have Nexus going for a little bit of reclaim. It's a 2v1 scenario, so Deli not looking good. The real one, at least, not looking good. The one in the back line for Pink Fluffy Noob, a.k.a. the guy masquerading as Deli, is just hanging tight and building his air facilities as we speak. Team 1, Zui assisting with taking out the hit points for Deli. We have some Aurora inbound. The scouts also able to hover, so that's a nice little unit to add. I do forget that the Team 1 scouts for Aeon have hover. I always think it's just the Aurora, but it's also the scouts. Deli is forced into the water, and now we have Team 2's Nexus in the middle of all of this nonsense. Not looking too hot for him. Again, we have the big guy over here just kind of hanging out, going for, I don't know what he's going for. He's probably microing his base on that new island of his. Swadoslav dropping below 5,000 hit points, and now Deli back out of the water No veterancy on board for anybody as of yet. Not even close to veterancy for anybody as of yet. Oh, and I will note, if you haven't seen the time code or the time duration, whatever the heck it's called for the video, this is a long game. The replay is over an hour and a half, so over 90 minutes of SETON'S. So get your popcorn, get your drinks, get your beef jerky, get your whatever you like to snack on, eat whatever, because it's going to be a long one. So hopefully you enjoy, and hopefully the thumbnail has some indication on that. I'm just thinking about how to do the thumbnail, not as of right now, but I'm thinking about it as you know, I've been having this replay in my list for at least a couple of days. We do see Swadoslav now pushing into the Nexus. Nexus drop below in 2,500. Not looking good. If Swadoslav control case, he would kill Nexus. I don't know if he'd grab Deli for a double kill, but I think he'd be barely out of range for his comms explosion to affect Deli. Nexus does get into the water, which is good because he almost died there. So Team 1 has control of the middle for now. We have transport dropping off units in the northwest. So we have a counter drop from Foley. Foley's like, that's not nice. Don't put your stuff at my stuff. No, that's bad. Don't do that. And so now he's dropped his own forces off and is gearing up for a land invasion. We do see the big guy moving in to counter the land push. And the island now has some naval facilities trying to deny the naval facility for Foley. We do see another transport inbound. He's going to do it a second time. He's going to try to reclaim the Team 1 naval facility and deny not only the island, but also Navy. We do see another facility online going for T2. Not yet, but soon I would imagine, because there are no facilities online for the wiki on that northern side. Delhi at 4,600. Nexus back up to 2K. And Swadoslav at 5K going for gun. We do see naval forces inbound from Papaska, and he is pumping out forces just to lock in Team 2. Team 1, they really want to deny both navies as quickly as possible. This navy for Team 2, again, will be denied at least a little bit. Over here in the bay, it'll be fine for now. But it's not looking good for Team 2 overall. They've almost lost the player of Nexus. They've lost the middle. We do see now big guy moving in all the way over here. He's going to reclaim the naval facilities. Now, the only issue I have with this is there are now subs coming online for Team 2, and that's not going to do good for those hit points. You'll need to get a T2 transport to pick up that comm, because it's not looking too good if he keeps moving that way. Range starting to onboard Delhi. He'll probably go for speed after that. At least you would make the assumption. And he's going to go for a sensor package for more vision for him in the middle of the map. Now we have Nexus back out of the water, back above 2,500, now 2,600. I'm going to help thin out those numbers just a little bit. Sensor package is denied. At least he has the range upgrade on board at a minimum. T2 upgrading to T3 for Team 2. T3 already online for Shen, so there's an air advantage for Team 1 at 9 minutes. Team 2 not even at T3 air tech at all. They still have to upgrade and then build the T3 PGen and then all that. That might be enough time for Team 1 to get a first bomber out. We hardly ever see that in general, let alone on SETON'S. And I will note that the land counter does not look like it's working for Team 2's Foley. There's still one facility online, but it's not going to be online for long. It is a nice distraction. Still no backup naval facilities. That's the only thing I'd mention for the wiki. Just put one engineer, just slowly build one, maybe two. Yeah, he has a couple of them online here, but I just don't like he's putting all of his faith on that island on that western edge of the map. I would like to have maybe one backup at a minimum. We do see subs going after the frigates, and now the big guy has arrived. More facilities being spammed up, going for subs, and more subs for Foley. That will net Team 2 the advantage once they deal with all of the frigates. It's really only they got to deal with at this point. They think deal with the comm. There is one sub inbound, another one inbound as well, but I don't know if Team 1's the wiki will have the numbers. We see Swadoslav very far forward. Look at this. He's almost at where people would put the Omni sensor right about here. So, I mean, the radar's right there, so it's pretty much the same position. Nice shield, says Shen, talking to Delhi. And that, hold on. Yeah, it's Team 1. What is it? Shield. He must be talking about Delhi, because I don't see a shield online for anybody else. Wonder why, says Pink Fluffy Noob. Masquerading as Delhi. We see subs shooting at big guy. Big guy reclaiming the facility. He'll grab that one. There's more coming online all the time. I just don't think he'll be doing too well here shortly. He has his subs to assist here shortly, but Again, the numbers are going to favor Team 2. He's going to die there, most likely, if he doesn't get a transport to pick him up. And Swadoslav is very far forward. I don't like how far forward he is, just due to the fact that if Team 2 were to mount a counterattack, which it looks like you're about to here shortly, it's a long walk back to some safety. Big guy now at, how many hit points? 6,700. We have interceptors over top. They know he's there. They know something's there. They assume it's him. They know it's him. We have some ASFs over the top here for Shen to clear out some of the interceptors. There's no bombers, these T2 bombers anywhere, those torp bombers for Team 2, so it's just going to be subs. Now he's dropping below 4,000 hit points. He's dead here. He's not going to get enough assistance in time. We see a naval facility trying to be built to try to at least deny some of the shots inbound from the subs, but that's a dead comm. He's going to try to do as much damage as possible, and he's actually not going to walk forward. He's just going to sit here and maybe try to build at subs, going after other subs. Maybe he'll survive 1,800 hit points and just kind of sitting there roughly low. Says Foley, talking about the fact that Wiki is weak right now, 1,700 hit points roughly. And we do see Swadoslav getting a frontline facility for reclaim. Delhi has his own shield as well as mobile shielding. A random restoration field started for Swadoslav and possible blockade maybe for Team 1, but I think Team 2 has enough stuff online to be able to crack it or at least drive it back. Regen ore might be stopped by Delhi's speed, range, and shield comm. Big guy going to get hit once again, trying to go for some torp launchers just to assist. Transport inbound, but it's only Team 1. We have forces dropped off by Wiki for the main base against Foley. Big guy falling below 1,200. A couple more torps will be the end of him. Why are you building more frigates? Build more subs. T2 torp bomber inbound from Big Fluffy Noob, and that's going to be it. First kill of the game goes to Team 2's Pink Fluffy Noob masquerading as Delhi, and heavy assistance from Foley. Those subs really drived that nail in the coffin, or at least almost drived it, and then, well, Delhi, technically Pink Fluffy Noob, just drove it into the wood. Be like, yep, it's staying there now. And that is a nice win for Team 2. It does drop the game to a 4v3 this early in the game with 90-minute replay. That extra eco is going to play a role for Swadoslav. It might be enough to encourage him to keep pushing forward on the main line here. And he is dropping into the yellow. Needs to be careful not to stay there too long. Delhi not looking too great, at least for the shield. His whole hit plating, hit points are fine, but he can't just rely on just his shielding. He has to be careful. Because, again, we've seen players drop hit points very quickly. And Team 1's air throwing their right around. We do see a Pigeon transferred over from Delhi to assist with Nexuses. Looks like he's powering up T2 air facilities as well. We have T2 Navy online. T2 Navy not yet for Team 2. But now we have Foley in the water. No torpedo upgrade. I feel like that would be a nice little thing to have on board to try to drive away Swadoslav's new facilities. Again, nothing in the back line, which is, again, I just don't like that there's nothing there. Not even just a backup Team 1 facility. Just something there in case this is going to go down, which we already see that Foley's inbound. Not that Team 1 knows that or not. No, they see a naval unit moving very slowly. They're just going to make the assumption if they're paying attention. So that's not going to be fun for them. And we see lots of naval buildup here for Foley as well. So this is unlocked for now. And we see a couple of ASFs flying over top. Team 1's Shen has a lot of ASFs online already at 14 minutes. I think he's sitting about a squadron and a half. Actually, almost 2 squadrons, 21, versus Team 2's just a few. We keep pointing out that Foley is here and couldn't make. Now it's getting reclaimed. Oh, he hits his forehead. I guess the HQ bugged out. Oh, yeah, look at that. It's not even building anything. That's super weird. Is it just on? It's not on pause. Did Swadoslav try to rebuild that maybe? Or, sorry, restart it? I guess not. Because usually the facility stops and then you have to restart it. It's been a bug for a year. That's unfortunate. So when it's transferred over to somebody, the unit just crashes, I guess? Is it just a naval thing? Is it just a T2 naval thing, specifically with Cybern's or in general? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments about that, because I'm not aware of anything like that. That is unfortunate. That... Oh, look at that. The Salem is its own thing. It counts it as its own unit. No wonder it couldn't build anything. That's super weird. Never seen that glitch. That's weird. Usually if the naval facility is destroyed, the unit it's being built or building is also destroyed. Super weird. Anyway, well, that's kind of an interesting thing to think about. In the causeway, we do see Delhi being shot at by a couple of Exodus-class destroyers from Popsica. I still don't know how to say it. It's like Popsicle almost is what I want to say, but Popiska? I think it's Popiska. Maybe that's a better way to say it. But Delhi taking hull plating damage. That's not good. He's getting his parachutes, his asylums to assist. There's still some destroyers here. Some destroyers from Team 2's Nexus as well. One shot misses, one shot lands. Top is still winning because Foley has no eco, says Wiki. And yeah, that does play a role. That Team 2's Foley is just behind because of the economic damage that Wiki delivered to him. Nano repair almost done for Swadoslav. He does have some T2 PD coming online, so that's going to help out a little bit. Delhi not pushing in just yet. His shield is recharging as we speak. And now we have a nice little overcharge. Kills off one of those Ilshis. PD now, I think, targeting all of the parashields. Obsidian just got one tap by Swadoslav's commies. Back up into the green. Full HP. 3-star vet versus Delhi's 5-star vet. And again, 8,000 hit points on board. We have shots inbound from Exodus-class destroyers from the southeastern pond. And we have counter Exodus and some cruisers online for Nexus. And that might be the end of the frontline base for Swadoslav. He might be fine. If he keeps walking back, he will be fine. Or even if he goes into the water, he'll be fine for now. I see some Tort Bombers online for Team 1. Shen looks like Foley took some damage. He might be fine. I'm going to split things up just for a moment because I feel like somebody's going to die and I'm going to miss it. So I'm going to make sure that I check to make sure everything's going on. Foley's fine for now. Looks like they drove away the remaining ASFs. None of those bombers got away. So there was a chance I was going to miss it. I do not want to miss it just in case. So give me 1 second to fix it. Going back over here. We have Delhi versus Swadoslav. He has 12,000 hit points and falling. We have Delhi. I think his hull plating is fine because his shield wasn't completely... Oh, is the shield online? I don't think the shield's online. Scratch that. So no. And hit point wise, he's about even now. Well, no. Weird. Usually you can... Oh, I can see the shield now. That's super weird because I thought it wasn't regenerating for a second, but now it is. And now we have damage to the shielding for Delhi. He's popping into the water. Shots raining in from the other side of the causeway. And that's the downside with being in the causeway is if one team has Navy in any regard, there's really ain't no point to go for the middle unless you can really just full send it through. It's just not worth the effort. Because look at that. He was doing pretty well and then he just shot at a bunch of times. And there went all of the momentum down the drain. D3 air online for Team 2, expanding the air grid as we would assume. Shen doing the exact same thing. Has a little bit bigger of an air grid. That's favoring him. Team 1 in terms of eco is at 780, almost 800. We'll say 100 mass in favor for Team 1, partially driven by the fact that we have Swadoslav at double eco. But even though he has double eco, we have Shen at 270 and we have Popiska? Popiska, I think it's... I'm trying to say at least that way the entire time. Is at 286, so it's looking pretty good for Team 1 overall. Team 2's leaders in eco are Pink Fluffy Noob, masquerading as Daly, unless he changed his name. Nope, he did not. And then Nexus, the naval player, fully not doing too well. Of course, he's been bombarded by the Wiki. He's just rebuilding. It's going to take him a minute to catch back up to everybody else. And, of course, we have Daly, who's just being bombarded constantly by Swadoslav stuff. He is doing pretty good in forcing back Swadoslav now. But he's back up to green 4-star vet, almost on 5. We have a nice little cruiser shooting at him from the north. Delhi back up to full HP for his shielding at least. His hull plating hull plating HP is still at 9,400 and climbing though. Swadoslav being pushed back. We have engineers on the scene for Team 2's Pink Fluffy Noob. What is he doing over there? I don't know what he's doing. He's building random AA emplacements, it looks like, so that's interesting. T2 Navy now in the proper place for Team 1 in the beach slot. And Team 2 is trying to mount with a large T1 force. I don't think that's going to work. They can overwhelm eventually, but there's a lot of spam in the middle of their force and the T2 Naval Headquarters, so I don't think they'll get there for now. But there are some blazes inbound from Foley. Looks like they were donated over from his teammates. Did he build any Aeon facilities? No, they were built by Delhi, it looks like. So that hover tech might come in handy in going for that facility or going on land. Those ASFs not really sitting in a good position, but hey, at least he has them there. Looks like they're going to get up and move around. A couple of bombers are gearing up for an attack. We have a couple of destroyers and cruisers here for Team 2, but then targeting the T2 naval headquarters. Looks like it's being heavily assisted to protect it and getting more torp launchers online. In the middle, we have Swadoslav still being shot up by a cruiser. Looks like it was transferred over to Delhi. Delhi's like, nah, it'll drive him away, but it won't really be worth it to try to chase after him. And Bomber's going to wipe out the cruiser here for Foley. That's not going to be good for him. All of his AA, not all of it, but most of it goes up in flames. Maybe, if they actually target that unit. Looks like that might be... There it is. Okay, I was going to say they should be taking that out. But now we have some hover-tech units inbound from Team 2's Foley. Donated over from Delhi. He's wiping out all of the engineers. Definitely a smart move there. Slow down the rate at which Swadoslav is building his units. And once he's done with that, we have T2 gunships trying to delay all of this nonsense. But the engineers will probably die, at least pretty much all of them, if not all of them. The facility themselves will be fine, but that's a lot of time lost due to the fact that all of those engineers, almost all of them, were wiped out. We have pushback in the east as well for Team 2. They're doing a pretty good job of forcing back Team 1 in both regards. They were doing pretty well both naval-wise. Now it's not so much. 22 minutes on the clock. Team 2 at 4 plays left. Team 1 at 3. They've only lost Wiki so far. There's still a lot of game to go. We have over an hour remaining just for the replay, not just for, you know, the game will naturally slow down a little bit just because that's just a fact of the game and whatnot. So it's going to be, I don't know if it's going to be the longest video I'm going to make on this channel. The longest, I think, is an hour 40 something. Not on the channel for the FAF content. I think it's an hour 40 something. It's not my longest video on the channel. But I don't know. We'll see. T2 gunships inbound that start taking out all of the AA on board the cruisers. Looks like there are a little bit more destroyers than cruisers, but that's to be expected. Team 1's gunships. Actually, there's some T3s mixed in there as well, hiding amongst the T2s. We have Swadoslav still being shot at by whatever else can hit it. But we do see a couple of Exodus moving into the bay. Team 2 full rushing into the bay there, targeting whatever they can. They could go after this and go after Papiska's main mexes. Is T3 almost all three T3 mexes. Team 1 Zico 1000, Team 2 950. Oh, power outage looks like, so that's not helpful. And looks like the Exodus are targeting the facility right on this ridge side here. Another shield coming online. T3 mech trying to be shielded. And it looks like the shield will pop online. T2 artillery mixed in there. Now gunships inbound to go after said Exodus class destroyers again. I think this would have been a better target right here. That's unfortunate, but you know, you're trying to do 1,000 things at once and you can only think so fast. And how's the Navy still at T2, still at T... Oh, no, it's going T3 now here for Team 2's Nexus. So we're going to see some T3 action. T3 action already online for Team 1's Papiska and the naval units. A lot of them have already been killed off, those T2 destroyers. A couple of Ilshis on the cliffside being like, we want to shoot at stuff too, please. The Omen's not helping out with that for Team 2, so there goes that Exodus here shortly. That entire fleet has now been dealt with. A couple of cruisers still online, but there's not much. Bully says we can quit, I think. Again, we don't know that's going to happen. Team 2 can come back in air. We've seen it before. We'll see it again. One player could be heavily ahead and something happens. Either he just doesn't notice or he gets nuked or something, and it can turn around. So air is not just the only factor in the game. It does make a big difference, I will admit, but again, it's not the only factor. There's nothing big yet. 25 minutes on the clock. I don't think we'll see any big ticket items as of yet. But we will see who ends up going for what. Again, I keep commenting about it because I have to remember myself. It is an hour and a half, 90 plus minutes. Lots of time to do some crazy nonsense, which we love crazy nonsense on this channel because it's fun to watch interesting strategy as well as just players either succeed or fail. It's usually it's one or the other, or maybe they kind of succeed or kind of fail depending on what they tried to do, but we love to see it nonetheless. A couple of destroyers going after a couple of destroyers, but there is an Omen on their backside. There's two of them now, and that's not looking good for Team 2's Southern Navy. We have a couple of ASF flying over some AA from Team 2. That's not helping the numbers for Team 1. It is for Team 2, not for Team 1. New Omni says Wiki. We do see a couple of those Harbingers. Those were Harbingers from Team 2's Delhi. Were they transported over? Maybe. I don't see a transport wreck anywhere, so maybe they actually just walked and said hi. I feel like Swallowsop would have seen that coming, but I don't see a transport wreck. That's a naval vessel. That's not a transport wreck. So I don't know. Maybe it was shot somewhere else, but at a bare minimum, they got there somehow. Had to have been. Well, they could have walked over. I don't know. Somebody probably noticed it while I was distracted looking at other things. We have advanced range coming online for the real Delhi in the middle. And that naval force, it's doing the same thing we saw earlier from Papaska. He was moving into more the southeastern section, not pushing directly straight. And eventually that gave Team 2 enough time to build back up and then force them back. So I don't know if they should just full send it, wipe out the naval headquarters for Nexus. Even if they have to fall back, that should be enough time to get more forces online. He has a secondary one as well. So yeah, that should be more than enough time to get something online once again. He's going to take a loss if he goes for it now, but he'll at least delay enough to where that second engagement is going to be a win. So the longer he waits, the worse it gets. It's just going to be, you got to hit it hard and hit it fast the first time, or you might not be able to hit it the second time. Nothing big crazy happening as of yet. ASF's moving in. We have a couple of ASFs online for Nexus now. He's in the T3 air game just to try to, I guess, help out or have his own ASFs. As much as I love that, and I do love that, actually. Again, torp bombers are the minimum for naval players, but having your own ASFs, just a few of them, to help wipe out any sort of torp bombers from Team 1, for example. At least in this example, definitely a good idea. Not build a ton of them, but just enough to be like, yeah, I can throw, 5 or 6 of them at a squadron of bombers, and that should be fine. I don't lose a lot, and I kill off most of the bombers. Torp bombers inbound from Pink Fluffy Noob. They're going after the destroyers. They wipe out one of them, and all the bombers do not get a second pass. We have Cybran versus... So it's Cybran v. Cybran in the north and Aeon versus Aeon in the south. That is an interesting formation of ASFs. Nice little C or backward C there. They engage, and it's UEF versus Cybran. And I think that UEF force is going to win. I have no idea what that movement was, and I heard the audio just cut out for a second for some strange reason. No idea what happened there. And... Ooh. One Sam killed 60, says Shen. I don't know about that, but oof, that's gotta hurt. So the air now in favor for Team 2 by a decent margin. Pink Fluffy Moob masquerading as Delhi. I'm waiting for him to change his name to maybe, Nexus or Foley or somebody. But he's at 130 something, so he's at air dominance, close to air surprising. He's pretty much at air supremacy at this point. And Team 1, Shen, what are you at? That is the wrong button. 42. So yeah, that's air dominance for Team 2. Not air. It's almost that, like I said, almost that air supremacy. We do see Navy now pushing on the northern side for Team 2, and Foley assisting with Delhi's push just coincidentally because he's pushing out Team 1's Navy, specifically Swaddlesop's Navy. We have Harmingers moving in on the southern shoreline. Where's the Navy from Team 1 that can easily help bombard this position? Delhi's in a full send, it looks like, with his commando lead from the front. Harmingers inbound. And there's Autumn's cutting off the, opposed run-by, but that's definitely not a run-by. That's a full frontal assault. Swaddleslov on the front line. He has regular regen, both nano and aura, and his hit points just dropped in half very quickly. And the Harbinger is targeting everything else. He does allow Swaddleslov to escape. There is the caution for Team 2 of killing off another player, and that would give either the Rigorosa player of Shen or even Papaska triple base, or even just divvy it up 2v2 or 2-4-2, and that would not be good. But Swaddleslov gets some assistance from his teammate of Shen. There's no ASFs nearby. Actually, they are, but Team 1, Swaddleslov gets killed out by the Harbingers as I just kind of zoom out for a brief moment to check what the ASFs are. But the gunships, I think that's enough to kill off. No, it's not enough to kill off Delhi. He's fine for now. We have a couple more gunships inbound. He's going to get underneath some shielding. And looks like he shoos away the other gunships. But now we have some shots inbound from the south. One of them almost hits Delhi in the back of the head. Asylum's trying to guard the retreat of Delhi. He's moving northwest. But now we have the destroyers from Team 1 in range. Delhi, it's either just death by Autumn or death by destroyer. And there he goes. Team 1 gets a counter kill there, so it's essentially a trade. A little bit of a delayed trade, but it's a trade nonetheless. at 30 minutes. Team 2 has 3 players left. Team 1 at 2. It's now a 3v2 game in Team 2's favor still. Now we have everything that once belonged to Delhi over to Foley. And Navy fully under the control for Shen on the western side plus the middle. He has triple base. That is a lot of eco, 800 mass. Team 1 collectively still producing more than Team 2, but just barely. And we have Autumn v. Autumn engagement. Where did all these Autumns come from? They were like essentially minuscule moments ago. And now there's, almost a dozen of them for each team. And we have a Tempest online for Team 1, and things are kicking off. There's the first experimental of the game. Not a game ender yet, but an experimental nonetheless. We have a couple of Harbingers having some fun over here. Another Restorer online. That's not going to kill off the Harbinger in time. At least all of them. It'll help kill off maybe one. T3 Mex is under threat. And Team 2 trying to get in the lead for income. It's, again, 1.3 to 1.4, so it's razor-thin margins for lead. Again, Pink Fluffy New masquerading as Delhi, getting some shielding online for his air grid. Definitely a smart play there, just in case Team 1 goes for artillery, which, again, triple base. That might indicate big, giant things to come. He has Cybran, Seraphim, and more Cybran tech, so most likely he's going to go for a Scathes. If he does, they get that amount of mass. If I fight, they get infinite mass, essentially. But he doesn't want to take the fight just yet in there. It looks like Shen is caught up. It's 150. Pink Fluffy Noob should be in the lead. He's at 225, but that lead has narrowed for Team 2. So eventually, if the trend continues, Team 1 will catch up and then overtake Team 2 for total ASFs online. We have a couple of Galaxies being shot at by cruisers and some frigates. Was that a Mercy in there? That's a Mercy. Who brought the Mercies to the party? That is definitely a Mercy AoE right there. And it would have been from Team 2, I would imagine. From Delhi, I just don't... I mean, you would make the assumption. I might be wrong. A T3 Air Facility online for Papaska, so he could have built them, but I highly doubt it. Do we see another Mercy anywhere from Foley? No. Actually, Delhi's dead. Apologies. It would have been from Delhi's base. This probably would be a better way to put that. Not from Delhi himself. I don't see any other guided missiles online. Galaxy is down. Second one about to go down. And this is the only downside with building a unit that big, is you have a lot of stuff shooting at it, and you don't have smaller things that can take a lot of the hits. So these Galaxies can sit back, and these Blazes are just ripping that thing apart. We also have Torp Bombers inbound, helping to drive the hit points even further down. And we have a big giant arrow from Delhi being like, go that way. Just keep going. Stay away from the beachfront property and go along the more north and then east approach. What that does is it forces everything else on the shoreline to be of no use. Then it's just naval engagements. We kind of saw the same thing over here from Team 1. From Papaska, he went kind of this hook maneuver kind of strategy to avoid everything that could have been along the shoreline, or roughly about that range. Lots of Omens coming online. At Tempest is a target. We have some sub hunters online. The Tempest has Torps and Torp defense online, so it's not an entirely win for Team 2, but it is taking at least a little bit of damage. It's going to be a slow burn, at least for Eastern Navy. Northern Navy, though, it's just hover spam and T1, T2 spam and call it a day. Tempest counters subs now, says Swatoslav, so that might be an update that I didn't know about. At least T2 subs, maybe not T3 subs. And ASF fight happens once again, and Team 1's ASFs are just getting wiped out by those wasps. From Team 2's Pink Fluffy Noob masquerading as Delhi. Do I call him Delhi now that the real Delhi is dead? Do I still call him Delhi? No, I'll still call him Pink Fluffy Noob. No. GS says, gunships pointed out by Delhi. Nice assistance there in the air. ASF's going to wipe out all these T2 gunships. Maybe there's a T3 in there, but I didn't notice, and they're all dead, so probably not. That Whaler would have lasted at least a tiny bit longer. Makes Briggs versus Hover, says Swatoslav, so we have some assistance from Team 1 and Team 2's dead players, helping out the players that are still alive in this game. Trying to just mitigate any sort of losses that they can. I don't want to play 3 slot session. It's like I don't want to do this. Then give middle causeway over, or even give Navy over. You don't want to be going over here and then going to there and going here and going to there kind of thing. Yeah, maybe give middle causeway over to Babuska, and then it's 2 bases for each. But T2 Torp Bombers inbound for the naval headquarters. I don't think that's going to work, though. There's a lot of engineers nearby assisting it. Yeah, those Storks aren't going to be enough. We have some ASF flying in. They're going to go up for the ASFs again for Shen. Is there going to be an airlocking at 35 minutes on the clock? Maybe, maybe not. There go the ASFs. They are going to engage above some mass fabs for Shen. Shen really trying to scale that eco. It's still about 100 mass in favor, but again, that's not a huge lead percentage-wise. And the longer that goes on, that percentage goes even further down. You know, when it's 200 to 100, that's 100%. When it's 1,000 to 900, that's technically a little bit more than 10%. But you get the idea. Because 10% would be 90. But it's you get the point. It's the percentage goes down, and then at 2K, it's 5% and all that. And that's 2K to 1,900 in that example. And here comes another wave of Torp Bombers. Are they going to go for the facility? We have more and more of the hover tech spam online for Foley. He has to be generating that from one of these positions. Now that he has Delhi's position under his control, he's able to spam them out even in greater variety. He can just focus on it. There goes the T3 Naval Headquarters. It's down. But Team 1 loses access to T3 tech, at least new units being built. These facilities that are still working on Galaxies, they'll keep them, but anything else new will not be able to be permitted for now. Unless somebody has another backup facility somewhere, but I highly doubt that. It'd have to be down here, and there's not one there. We do see a couple of Tempests for Team 1, couple of Tempests now coming online for Team 2. It's just full Aeon barrage down there. Just throw everything in the kitchen sink, and the tomatoes and the carrots and the peas and the pipes and the whatever else you have in your kitchen, and just send it. And then if you can't send it enough, just throw the door at somebody. Just throw everything, and a chair. Don't forget the chair. You got to hit somebody with a chair and a ring, that kind of thing. Anyway, Torp Bombers inbound for this Galaxy that's been separated from its pack. That's not going to feel good here shortly. It does have torpedoes of its own, no torp defense on board, so it will get hit for all of that damage. If you go Monarch, G to grab all mass, winnable, Swaddleslav. I mean, Team 1 can still come back from this. Another facility going to be built to get up to T3. The game's not over just yet. I feel like Shen might be thinking about what can I blow up with a big giant nuke maybe, or scatter a bunch of watering can artillery shells at somebody. Because the longer the game goes on, for the most part, the Scathes becomes less and less effective. Team 2 does not have access to Seraphim tech. Team 1 does not have access to UEF tech. UEF is not in Navy, and Seraphim isn't as well. Kind of surprised we don't see any Yasels coming online for Shen, maybe in Northern Navy. You can get a Seraphim facility online. That would probably be a smart idea. Go for those very, very annoying spamming torpedo subs that also have AA on board if you emerge them from the water. Just nasty little things. 38 minutes on the clock. Team 1 at 3 players left. Team 2 still at 2. And it's a 3v2 game. We've had no deaths for a little bit of time. Shift G your air, says Wiki. Talking about spread out the air. Another air fight happens between Team 1 and Team 2. We have some gunships mixed in there. Target the SMD, target the P-Gens, target something, and those ASFs get wiped out once again from Team 1's Shen. And it's not airlocking, but it's almost airlocking without actually going over there. And the gunships are going to be targeted by ASFs. And that's going to be a lot of dead mexes for Shen. He's going to drop maybe below 1,000 mass. And I say only 1,000 mass, but when its total is at 1.5, 1.5, I mean, any little bit of mass helps. Another T3 mex is gone. There's an SMD there. There's P-Gens there. There's a whole bunch of stuff here that could easily be taken out T3 land headquarters. That'd be a good target. Deny some Seraphim tech for Team 1, unless he had a backup facility. Again, backup facilities are always nice to have. Backups. And sometimes have backups for backups, depending on map, depending on resource. Paragons, you want infinite backups. And just like it produces quote-unquote infinite mass and infinite power, you want infinite Paragons. You get a Paragon, you get a Paragon, everybody gets a Paragon. And then everybody in the future and the past gets a Paragon, and then it's just infinity. We have some Torp Bombers coming online for Foley, so he's jumping into Eastern Navy. Look at this. We have a hover tech spam just flooding, pun intended, at Eastern Navy. That is not looking good. We have a couple of restorers online trying to thin out the numbers, but all of the Othams are being pushed south, not north. They're coming from the north. And there's 3 Tempests for Team 2. The numbers are still favoring Team 1 for now, but it's not looking good. We have Vespers in the mix just ripping apart thousands and thousands of hit points. The Omens do not have Torp defense on board. The Tempests do, but again, it's a lot of damage being done to those battleships, both in the experimental department and otherwise. ASF still hovering around this base. SMD it's still alive. Go target it, take it out. You don't have to worry about it later. Oh, it just bugs me. It's right there. Such a strategic asset, literally, that you could easily take out. But there are strat bombers. Oh, just drop one bomb on your way. Oh, please just do that. No, what are you doing? Oh, I mean, you're going after T3 mechs. I understand that. But it's right there. Just one gunship. Just send one of them. Oh, okay, never mind. You're just gonna go over here for T3 Naval Headquarters. This one gone. This one's still alive. And Torp bombers going after Omens. We have bombers going after, I don't even know what they were targeting there. Looks like they tried to split the difference and didn't really get that accomplished. Looks like they got shot down anyway, so that's unfortunate. Looks like some bingo AOSFs on fuel. And we have a naval spam in the north. Couple of T3 mixed in there, but it's mainly T1. And I think I see a couple of T2 cruisers maybe somewhere. No cruisers. That's definitely, he's like just full send it. Yeah, don't let the Galaxy sit at range. Just send all of your spam in. And you can mitigate that range advantage, and then the Galaxies can just shell them from a little bit closer if they can actually get into range now. We do see the gunships just ravaging Team 1's eco for the eastern side for Pupiska. And there's one AA emplacement online over here, more of them being built to the north. There's got to be a game ender being built somewhere for Team 1 Shen, because he's got to use that eco. He's got to use it, or he's going to lose it. We have 1.3 to 1.6, 41 minutes on the clock. We have Torp bombers, and more Torp bombers from everybody in this game at this point, except from Nexus, which is interesting. He's focusing all of his eco on naval units, which, again, probably a smart idea. Not probably, it is a smart idea. But look at the Omens thinning out quite nicely. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have more inbound. But there's, another Tempest done. We have Tempest. We still have 2 Tempests in the back line, 2 of them in range. So there's still a potential for Team 1 to lock out Team 2 for Navy in the south. But it's going to be a minute. In the north, T3 Navy back online. SMD right next door to it. Again, love the placement of the SMD to protect the headquarters. But the Navy gets anywhere near that, that SMD is dead. And that SMD loads. Oh, is it going to load? It's going to load. I know it is. It's just super sad to me that thing is still alive. Just of all the things that died, I mean, the T3 land headquarters, the T3 mexes, like, I understand why those. Some PGens, yes. This thing right here could have just easily been targeted for about 2 seconds and it would be dead. But I get it. He was probably thinking about other things. Just my one critique, at least for now, for Team 2 is just that one SMD right there. It will maybe come back to bite them. Maybe. We'll see. Lots of mass fabs being built all around the map. Don't see any, again, efforts to end the game yet. 42 minutes, 42 seconds on the clock. And Team 1's holding. It might be enough to take out the T3 Naval Headquarters. Once that's gone, that will probably be it for Navy for Team 2 in the south. And Team 1 is still holding lots of Galaxies. There's only a couple facilities still pumping out units. And this is a lot of the remainder of other forces. We have Galaxies just shelling other Galaxies. It's like watching some Imperial Star Destroyers just barraging one another. It's kind of what it feels like. Anyway, northeastern corner still no experimental. In 43 minutes. I mean, I feel like in most SETON'S games you usually see something at this point. Even if it's T3 artillery, just something. Satellite, something. Well, not yet. RAS being built for Foley is almost at 100% for that. Gonna get a little bit more mass in his coffers. We have 4 Tempests, and they have now claimed Navy. T3 Naval Headquarters is gone. And now the hover spam defense now coming online for Team 2. It looks like some more blazes. We saw more coming online all the time for Foley, but now we see an inbound from Nexus. 12 bombers being spammed up. Team 2 has had air on lock for a little bit, and Shen pumping out a lot of ASFs and hiding them in the northeastern corner, but again, Pink Lovely Noob masquerading as Deli unless he changed his name. He did not. He's at 250, so heavily in the lead. I wouldn't say air we own air, but definitely air supremacy at this point. I kind of like not run through, but I kind of mix my naming scheme. We have air control, air dominance, air supremacy, and we own air. And I kind of intertwine exactly where that, buffer is in terms of air control is usually 0 to 50 ahead. 50 to 100 is usually dominance. 100 to 200 is supremacy, and the 200 plus is we own air. But sometimes I kind of mess the numbers up, and I kind of say one thing is the other when it should be. I don't have a definitive, up kind of list, but probably should. So, I just kind of say almost not whatever, but say something at a period of time while the stuff is happening, because I'm talking a mile a minute. My brain, for some reason, just is like, we're just gonna send words to your mouth and just talk. I think that's one thing I can do a little bit better. I feel like I know I'm kind of critiquing myself during the cast. It's just I slow down just a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit, so it's a little bit more intelligible, and it's not like I'm talking a mile a minute. I'm talking calmly. I'm also excited, also, that kind of thing, but not just. Just 1,000 words a minute kind of thing. Mavor says Nexus, talking to, I would assume, Pink Fluffy Noob, because he's the only one that access to UEF Tech. And the facility's still holding out. It's not looking good. The T3 Naval is... the frigates are pulling back. I don't know if you should do that. Just keep sending it in. There's a couple more units online. And, it's just not looking good. That's the last regular facility. And the headquarters is just next door to it. And more shots are inbound. The Galaxy that's being built takes some damage, but that is the last regular facility. That Galaxy might be the last one off the assembly line. And that'll be it for Team 1 in the north. Team 2 has lost Navy in the south. They're getting some Team 1 facilities up here, but that's not going to matter. There's 5 Tempests online. They're just going to sit along the shoreline and call it a day. Galaxy, the Galactic Colossus, not Galaxies, are being built now, so we even see I just want to say Popsica switching to more ground tech. Go Enderman, says Pink Fluffy Noob to all. And Shen says, okay. And speaking of which, there he goes. Scathes has been started by Team 1 Shen. Like Enderman from Minecraft. I had the same idea, same thought. Yeah, it's just teleport around the map with a grass block in your hands. No, I'm calling you the Enderman. Oh, he's talking about telemazer? Is that what he's talking about? That's probably what he's talking about. That has to be. Teleport. That's what Endermen do in Minecraft. That would make sense. Anyway. 4 Tempests in the water. That's a lot of firepower. Probably get some engineers to reclaim once you don't really need them anymore, but that's going to be a little bit from now. 46 minutes on the clock. We have Galaxies up here thinning out. A couple of the mexes up there, and then they're moving more southward. And now the bombardment. Start, Mavor, or what's the plan? Nuke says Nexus. So Nexus is like, what are we doing? We got to do something. Nuke would work. Mavor would work. I don't know about Navy, though. You probably might want more mobile options for that. Naval nukes. Something to deal with what's down there. Now, this won't get them all the way in. This might, I feel like it gets them barely. I think it's like right about here is where they can fire at, because it's moving close, but it's just barely out of range of that air grid. So Team 1 might go for sub nukes. We're seeing naval nukes. Another Omen is down. I feel like at this point just target the Tempests, because they have the longer range. The Omens are going to be outranged by those things. And now we have missile ships online for Team 1's fleet. There they are, a couple of Tempests running around. That's right, that's a Tempest, that's a Torrent. The T's, every time, they get me every time. There's only I think those are the only 2 units named starting with a T in this game for naval units. And I confuse the names, not the unit themselves, but just the names of them. Galaxies now just bombarding. There's tons of SMDs. Look at this, 4 SMDs right here, all within range. T2 artillery being built underneath a little bit of shield coverage, but I don't think that's going to last much longer. Engineers transferred over to Popsica so he can start assisting with sending some mass Shen's way. It's 1.4 to 1.4, so the eco's staying about the same now. Tac nuke online for Delhi. Oh, is he going to do Telenuke? Oh, please do Telebilly. Oh, that'd be very entertaining. Ooh, it exists. It can hurt you. We have bombardment in the middle causeway from Team 2's Foley. So we have mexes being lost for Shen. His eco is going to drop. Team 2 is now in the lead, but it's, again, back and forth, back and forth. That's a lot of Galaxies hitting a lot of stuff. Target the SMDs, target the PGens, target the facilities themselves. Just target something. And you could just make just a command kill or command attack order and just go meh and call it a day. Let's not off map, says Shen. Talking about sending the ASFs off the side of the map. Oh, I was talking about spy planes. Too late, says Pink Fluffy Noob. I don't know. I feel like if you deliberately fly it off the map, that's one thing. But if you're like turning and your unit just, you know, because of the way that it does its turn radius does that, that's different. That's my opinion, though. But that's one man's opinion. So, you know, we have a land facility being wiped out. SMD still not able to be, not able, but still not targeted yet. There's a lot of stuff in Navy here for Team 2. Omni, that would be a nice grab. Looks like they're trying to hit it. They hit it finally now. We have look at the missile ships, and now this will give them that extra range that I was talking about they definitely needed. Where are they? There they are. Everything in yellow, so they can hit the base. And if they get closer, they can actually probably hit right about here would be the target, right about there. And TMD being built immediately in response. Definitely need to get more of those volcanoes online. Yep, getting some volcanoes mixed in there for Nexus. And it's going to be TMD lines down there. Nexus's last remaining base down here to the south. It's being bombarded as we speak. Usually that's the first base to go. But it's the last one there. Middle Causeway being wiped out. So it's just Middle Causeway for both teams just dead at this point. Nexus has pointed out Scathes is being made. It's half done. 5,000. And if Big Fluffy Noob says boring, Deli says boo. Look at the arrow. He's like, just, like, look. I mean, you could do that. The problem is there are some cruisers and other things down here, so they will be spotted. You might as well, yeah, there's a lot of AA for Shen, though. And there's 70, and they're mixed, you know, pretty well. The only real way would to go southeastern corner and go all the way up like this, but then, you know, Papaska would see that, which means Shen would see that. Strat that, says Nexus. I just don't know if they're going to work. There's a lot of AA between them and their target. Target is almost in the green. Missiles raining down from the waters. We have Corsairs raining in shots. More missiles, just in different directions. Shields need to be built. There's a pigeon right there. That's not a good place to put a pigeon. No, it is not. Spread power, says Fully. Either spread build power or spread power in general. In the back line, teleporter almost done. He is going for telebility. There he is. He's going for it. And bombers have moved, like, not very far. And Galaxies have thinned out pretty much all of their targets. And it looks like the Tempests, sorry, the Torrents, yeah, keep doing it. We have Corsairs inbound. That Galaxy, that Galactic Colossus is 70 hit points. It's somehow still alive. It's not of any use, to be honest with you, but hey, he'll get the mass somewhere else. Another GC going to come and replace its brother. 20-30% on that teleporter for Team 2. Laser Dane, he's going for cloaking laser to protect his Scathes. Lovely play there. And now we have a counter GC online for Foley. So we have, again, almost the exact same strategy for both of the cliff positions or rock positions. Again, I don't remember which one it is. I think it's rock, but I also remember cliff. Either it's one or the other, and I always forget whenever I cast these games. I just say both. This must die, says Deli. A little mass fab farm up there. I mean, there's 16 times 246. That's 6 carry. It's 100 mass per second. I mean, that dropped Team 1's eco a little bit. And 52 minutes on the clock. And rising. It's almost at an hour so far. We have missiles still raining in. Team D being built. We have shielding. Actually, no, we have PD being built as well, just in case a land incursion occurs here soon. Here comes a Tempest shot. There's a Pigeon. There's a couple of TMD, but honestly, that's probably the best scenario because that could have been a lot more deadly for a lot of things. Where are the bombers still doing whatever they're doing? Missile ships now raining in on the naval facilities here for Foley. That saved his butt in Navy in the beginning of the game. Almost done. Chicken, says Nexus. Oh, where is he? Where do you see that? On the shoreline somewhere? Oh, over here. There's a Colossus being built there. Looks like the TMD might not be holding. He's maybe not. We see some air facilities control Kate for Pigeon instead of that. Love to see that transition of we need more protection versus air facilities. So love that. Deli has the teleporter, he has the Billy, and he has the RAS on board. Kill SMD, Foley, says Pink Fluffy Noob. And looks like is that the only, no way that's the only, there's another one right there. There's another one right there. So there's 3 SMDs. Here we got some drawings. Go this way. A lot of the AA has been dealt with. And here comes a GC for this secondary air facility. The chicken will not be enough to stop it. And lovely that it's still moving. Sometimes you don't see that. Spy plane's inbound to get a readout. Nuke is outbound from Team 2. It's a sub-nuke. Nice little plan B. Another one inbound. And then another one. And then maybe another one. No. It's just one after the other after the other. Is there enough SMDs loaded? That SMD is down. That SMD is loaded enough. Another one inbound. That's what, number 4. And all 4 of those are going to get shot down. Team 1's land invasion is still going on. There's one. It gets hit. There's another one. That's going to die. And that Scathes is almost done. There's number 2. There's number 3. And there's number 4. Are there any more loaded? There's one more about to be loaded and fired still for that Scathes. They're trying to edge nuke it as much as possible. But they need to hit it right about here. And I don't think that'll be in range. That might still be in range. But it is a naval nuke, so it's a little bit smaller than a regular one. Unlucky, says Deli. I mean, kind of, but still, we have land invasion in the south. We have a couple of triads. We have one GC. That GC's down. There's one more remaining. Is that the one that just had like no hit points? And they just sent it forward because why not? Missile ships raining in. Still, Team 2 is holding. And the power is gone. I repeat, the power is gone. Not good. Is he teleporting? Are you you're teleporting. That's why your power is gone. TMD is still holding another nuke inbound. That same position again. Lots of AA being built to protect the northern side of Pupiska's base. Shields pop back online. Delhi is going to go for it here. And then telebility onto the unshielded air grid. Ooh, that's not good. Why didn't he shield the entire air grid? Who knows? SMD is going to shoot down that one. There's one more. If one... that one... that did not feel good for Team 1. I would imagine, like, why did my nuke almost miss? Why did the SMD almost miss? Watch Strat, says Nexus. We see Strats inbound from Foley, handed over from Pink Fluffy Noob, masquerading as Deli. There's the teleport. There's the Billy Nuke. The ASFs are doing something. Is it going to get hit? Oh, please tell me the Billy Nuke hits the ASFs. Oh, it does. Look at that. It hits the ASFs. Oh, the gunships are inbound. Oh, he's teleporting. Oh, he's not getting out of there. Oh, yeah. Are there T3s in there? No, oh, that's... Yeah. Are the ASFs here? Team 2's ASFs. You got to move. You got to go for it. He's right here. Is he going to get out of there? No, he's not. There he goes. And it could have actually been, saved possibly. GG says Pink Fluffy Nude. Everything's going to be transferred over to Foley or Nexus. Actually, Nexus should get it since he doesn't really have much remaining at this point. It's a 2v2 tied game, and Scathes is done, and he actually moved it closer to the SMD. Nice, smart play there, just to get it underneath more shield coverage. Well, actually, maybe not, but you know, that is unfortunate with the Billy Nuke hitting the ASFs, but I feel like the ASFs from Team 2 probably should have went in and tried to save the comm at a minimum. That's my opinion. No, maybe not. Let me know down in the comments if you agree with that. Nuke is inbound, and it's a counter sub nuke. Some silences going to silence this position. There's no SMD there. There is an SMD there, but it's out of range. Nope, is it? Did I not grab the right? Ooh, I don't know. It might be in range. Let's see if it fires. Did Team 1 do their... Oh, they did their due diligence. It's right outside of range. It's going to nuke a bunch of Team D. Kaboom! That's a lot of dead defenses offline, and that's a lot of missiles that are going to make it through to their targets. Another Scathes barrage inbound, 56 minutes, almost 57 on the clock. And Team 2 not looking good. They don't have a lot of nukes, at least in terms of stationary nukes. They don't have a game ender yet. If they go for one, they could put one here maybe. Oh, look at that artillery place that they could have put, but there's a SMD there. And there's a GC in the base for Pupiska. That's not good for Team 1. That's a lot. Did it just walk? There's no way that it just walked. Yeah, it looked like it did. It just went, hi, come say hi, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. That T3 mix would have been hit. That one's that did it. didn't do the thing where it was built by SACUs, was it? Because that'd be funny if it was. Maybe it was. I don't know. GC in the base. Broadswords inbound. T1 Zooey. No, sorry, T1 Zooey. Yeah. T1 Fur inbound. And that GC is just going to stand there and wipe out the pigeons. The eye is down. That's unfortunate. Intelligence gathering is down. More Team D are down. And Scathes now raining in on the air grid for Nexus. A little bit of Cascade, but it's decentralized in some degree. But still, Team 2 was looking very good mid to late game. GC still healthy at 4-star vet. Oh, and it's going to go for that bank of SMDs. There is a monkey that has been built. It needs to be moved. And the Scath is still firing. Shen, you got to deal with this because it's inbound. Strat bombers are inbound. Team 2, where are your ASFs? Oh, that's unfortunate. Is that just going to be the prelude to the ASF engagement? Maybe. Oh, but they don't fully engage. GC down in the yellow. He's going to go for where the Scathes was. It's not there anymore. And do they know it's not there anymore? No, they don't. Oh, do they just assume this? Did they just know it was there at some point? Oh, they see it now. Monkey Lord moving in. Air grid is targeted. The Scathes is right there. It's moving. Shields are going to collapse. The Monkey Lord's laser should open up. There it is. It's open. Shielding is collapsing. Oh, why aren't the pigeons targeted? Oh, Scathes moved. Somebody said that in chat. I think Nexus said that. The shields are down around the Scathes. It's going right back over there. It's like, I'm going back there. What a chase, says Pink Fluffy Noob. I mean, not really. I mean, by the time it knew it was there, it was already like back here, and it was pretty much already dead. But lovely move, though, nonetheless. Another monkey going to be built. Strap bombers might make another approach if there's any remaining at this point. Oh, there's some up there. Hey, look, there's T2 Nexus up there somehow. And we have now land invasions now moving all the way westward. Look at this. They're almost on the western edge of the map. Lots of T2 gunships, but there's a lot of flak in the mix, so that's not a good mix for Team 2. Fully now at 570 for Eco. Team 2 total at 760. Team 1 at 59 minutes at less than 500 mass per second. That has to be a power outage issue. Oh, that's not good. You know, no, that's good for Shen still, but yeah, that is... Oh, he's losing a lot of power though anyways. ASF's Strat Bombers are mixed in, and Strat Bombers are going to get a pass maybe on some of the pigeons. They're going for the SMD. That would be the target. Some of the bombs do drop, and the SMD is down. The nuke is going to land unless... Oh, that's the wrong player. Unless this SMD... It is loaded, and where the nuke... Oh, no, that... Oh, that might... Ooh. No, that's it. Oh, that's... Yeah, that's it. That SMD will block one nuke, but it'll be that one. And there's 2 more inbound. And there's counter nukes down here. Kaboom! Look at that conga line of E-storages, it looked like. Another nuke inbound. That one is shot down. They spread him out. Love to see the spread. We see Shen trying to get into the corner. He's like, please don't hit me. Please don't hit me. Please don't hit me. It's going to hit the Scathes. There it goes. Kaboom! That nuke paid for itself. And then some. And then some. Kaboom! There goes the remainder of the air grid. Another nuke inbound. It is sub-nuke central in this game. Now 1 hour on the clock. We still got a half an hour in this game. Are we going to see a base trade at this point where Team 1's going to take the northern side and Team 2's... Sorry, say Team 2's going to take the northern side and Team 1's going to take the southern side? No SMD over here. That's a little unfortunate. Here comes another nuke for some T3 mexes. Kaboom! 189 mass. 200 mass for Team 1. Shen at 0 or 1 mass income. Babuska at 200. Team 2 at 560. The numbers have deflated considerably. How is this base not dead yet? Team 1 has invaded for a long time now. Why isn't this dead yet? That seems a little weird. And there's no SMD in this base. Where are the silencers? Where are those subs? Where are you? I know you're down here somewhere. Where are you? There's one right there. Why haven't you fired on the air grid yet? What's wrong with you? You fired up here, which is fine. You took out some stuff for Shen. Not Shen, but Foley. But why haven't you taken out all the air grid? You sure, says Deli, talking to... Is Foley cooking here or what? This Scathes is still alive. Monkey Lord now online. I don't see anything. Oh, is you building a Scathes under the water somewhere? Oh, I was going to say, please don't tell me you're building it on that side of the map. That would be entertaining. Tons of plan Bs. You got to take your pill, I guess. And they can hit almost everything. And they can probably edge nuke most of it at this point. There's a group of engineers going for P-gens. Team 1 is going to be kind of limping for now, trying to rebuild. Another nuke inbound from Team 2's Foley. He's going to nuke the T3 air headquarters here. That's going to be the end of that. I feel at this point I'm going to just speed things up just a little bit. There's Flak, dude, says Delhi. T2 gunship's trying to just deal with it, but not really working. Team 1, T2 PD being built as well. That's going to be probably more than enough. Looks like it's going in and out. There goes the nuke up there. Sorry for missing it. Kaboom! Wipes out that chunk of defenses and the AA. We see tons of missile ships going after the Galactic Colossus. We have a Monkey Blood moving in to intercept. I mean, 1v1 fight. That's going to favor Team 2's experimental. And Shen did survive. He's like, I'm just going to sit here. I'm not going to move. It'll be like a just no one will see me if I don't move kind of thing. Shen, calm, snipe, 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 says Delhi. I mean, yeah, you can, but he's kind of out of the game for now. He's actually producing 0 mass. It says 0. Technically, it's actually 1, but, you know. The base here for Team 2's air grid is gone. GC now in the base, just wrecking everything else. Monkey Lord trying to move and intercept. Crab moving in to intercept. That's transferred over to Nexus. So the entire southern edge of the map is gone. But counter nuke from the north. Go after the land facilities. Kaboom, I don't see the con tab, but I can leave. Says Pink Fluffy Nudes, maybe some connection issues maybe for him. And he was masquerading as Delhi. So both of the quote-unquote Delhi players are dead for Team 2, quote-unquote. And all the Monkey Lord, 1,600 hit points remaining, is still alive. We have a GC in the base for Team 2 going after Team 1's whatever's here. And we have reclaiming going on. And that's actually part of the reclaim, or part of the income for Popiska is the, what is that reclaim? Total reclaim done by both teams. Team 1 at almost 1 million. Team 2 at 600,000 almost. And it's not looking good for either team. Both teams are essentially just completely nullified in both degrees. We have 2 huge fleets that just can't really engage one another unless they move to the middle, which that might be what they're doing at this point, at least somewhere or another. Tons of missile ships. Look at them all. I feel like Popiska could have gone for something else other than missile ships. Oh, if you were building a Paragon on that island, I would have been completely flabbergasted. But no other game enders. Just the one so far for Team 1. We have PD lines being built. We have crabs being built. We have an Omni built now. That's good to see for Team 2. We have GC versus crab. That's going to favor the crab, especially because the GC... Oh, actually, some of the shots are missing for the crab, so that's a little unfortunate. Now the GC turns. Nuke inbound from somebody. It looks like it's from Team 2. Going after this position. Looks like the Omni is the target. That's a nice grab. That Monkey Lord lasering everything in front of its face. Some of the facilities survive, so there's still engineers running around. T2 facility upgrading to T3 as we speak. It's a land one, not an air. And here comes the nuke. It's going to destroy everything in its path because there's no SMD here. Kaboom! Does wipe out some stuff, to be fair, but I don't know if it's that important. Euthotha to the north, Monkey to the north. That monkey is severely damaged. Why are you repairing that triad? Or trident? If I can talk. Oh, the engineers. Why you do this? That's not worth your time. Tons of Team 1 subs there for whatever reason. Still no Scathes in the water for Team 2. I'm kind of surprised by that. We have missile ships back in the bay. Don't know what they're doing there. They're just going to hang out with missiles, I guess. I guess that's the closest place they can get to Team 1's fleet. Oh, please tell me the nuke subs are going to nuke the other nuke subs. That would be entertaining. GC still being shot at by missiles. GC versus GC. It's 3 vet versus 0, but the GC's not targeting it, so that's going to favor Team 1. And Shen is starting all over. Everything transferred over to Popiska, so Shen can just focus on restarting. 1 hour, 7 minutes on the clock. We have Nexus on the front line. This is now the new front line for Team 2. We still have some remaining ASFs from that base from seems like ages ago. The game has kind of died down considerably in the action. Transports with engineers doing something over there. And GC inbound for something. Looks like they're building GCs And now an Azar, because why not? I guess Team 1 does have the better portion of the ASFs for now. Team 2 could easily just build aircraft carriers. Here comes another nuke. It's going to land right next to a Tempest or two. It's going to do some damage, but it's just shooting at stuff that doesn't really matter at this point. If they're lucky, they'll probably find a silencer, but they're all spread out. I only see 1, 2 there, 3 there. And I thought there was maybe a 4th one. Maybe there's only 3 of them. Here comes the nuke. Bye-bye engineers and bye-bye GC that was being built. Boom. 5-star vent, 134,000 mass kill, but the Tempest did some work for Team 1. And we have missiles raining in on some furfurs over there for Popiska. Another nuke inbound going for this Trim-X position. That'll deny 81 mass a second, so there's something. Team 1 and Team 2 about dead even for eco for now. And these... Give me something, says Shen. I don't know what Team 1 and Team 2 can do at this point. Nukes are inbound. Does Team 2 have adequate SMDs? Yes and yes, depending on how far over they are. Team 2's comms move just in case. So nice move there. Another nuke inbound. And explosion in the southeast. Kaboom! There's one. This one's going to go shoot northward for the T3 Naval headquarters, it looks like. I mean, that is a good target, to be fair, but... Oh, that one's not loaded. Oh, that's unfortunate. There goes Foley's T3 Naval headquarters. Kaboom! Was he really using it that much, honestly, at this point? I mean, I feel not. And he's pointed out, find the nuke subs. Team 2, do you have any idea? Nope. Spy planes are inbound. They'll get some unknown radar signatures, so that's probably them, you would assume. And they disappear for a brief moment. You just gotta nuke everything on the shoreline. Just go top to bottom. Just boom, 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 boom. Or even just do top, bottom, and then meet in the middle. Boom, 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 boom. And just freak out your opponent. Like, what way is he firing? I don't know what he's doing. Ah, it's confusing. Nuke inbound. And it's not even going there. This is going somewhere else. You just said find the nuke subs. And then you go, nah, it's fine. I mean, yeah, you can take out some more mexes, but still. That's like the main threat for Team 2 at this point. It's just those nuke subs hanging out there. They got to make sure they have their SMDs loaded. Another nuke inbound from the north. Where's this one going? There goes the nuke. Kaboom. It's raining into this position. Another set of T3 mechs is going to go down. I mean, just really stripping away Team 1's eco at this point. ASF's almost caught in the blast. That would have been unfortunate. Kaboom. Somewhere else says Foley. Talking about... I'm assuming the silencers. And missiles raining in from these Plan Bs. Another nuke inbound. Hey, it's going to hit right next to a couple of subs. That's 2 of the 3 of them, I believe, unless Team 1 has built more of them. Looks like nothing for now. Transporting engineers on the other side of the map. 1 hour, 10 minutes on the clock. There goes the nuke. Clips one of them, doesn't hit it, but gets the other one. Kaboom! And hits the Tempest. That's just like, hey, I'm just sitting here. What am I doing wrong? T3 started for Shen. He's trying to rebuild as best as possible. He's being ignored, which is good because he can rebuild. And Team 1 is coming back a little bit in a way, but it's going to take a while. We have Titans being spammed up to force back Team 1's land invasion. We have 1, 2, looks like only 2 silencers online versus all of the other nuke subs for Foley. I think he's at half a dozen. He's at 7. So, yeah, a little over half a dozen. Wino artillery spam from Delhi, talking about this position. So he's just going to spam out furfurs at this point. And there is a Zara online for Team 1. So Team 1 has air control for now. I don't know if Team 2 will see that coming, but it might be a big surprise. Still no game ender or anything. Not even just a regular nuke. I think maybe mobility might be the better answer to things just because, you know, it's not locked down to one location that Team 1 can bombard or vice versa for Team 2. For Team 1 to Team 2 kind of thing. And ASF's just clearing a path of whatever else exists. That donut is all on its lonesome if Team 2 hasn't noticed it yet, so air might be a problem, huh? Says Deli. Sam says Foley. Just spam up T3AA as fast as possible. Team 2, I can say Sam's because they have only Sam's. Technically, Team 1 has Seraphim Tech still, so... Oh, maybe not. Maybe they lost them all. Maybe I can say Sam's. Yeah, I haven't seen... Oh, I've seen a Euthothos. Yeah, they still have Seraphim Tech somewhere. There's a nuke. Oh, no, that's an attack vector, not a nuke. Oh, they're going to edge nuke that, aren't they? Yup. Oh, actually, no. They actually were able to get it right in the midst of their... Kaboom! That's a loss for Team 1's Pupiska. That's a lot of power that he's lost. When now he's negative. That's not good for Eco. His shield is down on his donut. That's unfortunate. Right when he's assaulting the base. ASEP's charged forward. The donut. Ooh, shields come back online. Ooh, it might save the donut. Just barely saves the donut for now. HQ commented by Shen. He's like, target that thing. D3 air headquarters. We have AA being built. Just lines and lines and lines of it. We have AA from the command class aircraft carriers moving in. And you might as well just go home at this point because it's not worth it. We have Tort bombers inbound. And we have a bunch of T2 Spectre gunships inbound. Look how there's just a random flare in the middle of the water there. Do not tell me you just nuked that. You nuked your own. I mean, if the gunship... Oh, that's awkward. Is he going to clip something? He clipped some of the gunships. Hey, he did something with it, I guess, but a bold strategy. Missile ships raining in on the remaining galaxies. There is some TMD on board them, so it's going to take a while to chew through all of that. Oh, he's like, oh, I thought he was going to nuke that. That would have been funny. It's like, I don't appreciate that. All the facilities on the naval side of things are now gone. Here comes another nuke. Kaboom, wipes out more stuff. And Team 2 is still holding on. Team 1 is still holding on. No retreating yet. So they're still holding in. We got like 15 minutes remaining. So again, it's technically still anybody's game. I feel like, I don't know, whoever gets their eco under control at this point might be the winner. Or at least get some semblance of, late game or even mid-ish game. Oh, no, mid-game would be 500. Late game, end game stage. No, that's not going to be fun. Shen is going to get out of range. Maybe. Oh, it's going to be close. There he goes. He gets out of there. Kaboom. He's like, all of my hard work is gone again. I'm just trying to get some mass, guys. Can you just leave me alone? This is not having a fun day up there. Not having a fun day. Absolutely not. Where'd that donut go? Donut's still alive. Another nuke inbound against Shen. Like, where are the SMDs? Why are there no SMDs for Team 1 anywhere? Need E, says Nexus. I feel like with how many nuke subs have been launched at this point, you would think, okay, we need SMDs somewhere. And there's no SMDs anywhere. Kaboom, wipes out another group of... It's just a complete decimation of Team 1's main landmass. The island is the only safe place for Pupiska at this point. That's where he's building his donut there. If Team 2 had a regular nuke, they could wipe that out. We have Harbingers targeting aircraft carriers on the shoreline. Definitely a first time for anything at this point. And donut inbound. Has there been AA built in the interim? Not really. It's a tiny bit of it, but not much. Shen builds an experimental. Or maybe he gets transferred control over. Yeah, he gets transferred control of some. And yeah, given 2 units, it looks like. Team 2, more power, more power, more power. Still nothing. Eco 560. Here goes another nuke. Kaboom. There's another set of... It's just build, destroy, build, destroy, build, destroy. There's no keeping them online long term or anything. It's just constant back and forth in that regard. T2 air going for T3. Just build wherever you can outside of the anything range at this point. 1 hour, 18 minutes on the clock. And it's not looking good for anybody. Shen is probably the worst off, and then it's Nexus, and then it's Foley, and then I think for the amount of land mass that Pupiska has, I mean, that's a large buffer, especially for this base. If he loses this base, that probably is going to be the end of the game. But like I said, we'll see another nuke inbound. They silenced one of the silencers. There's 2 more remaining unless he built more. I highly doubt he built more. And they're going for the GCs being built. This one will survive the nuking, but it'll be heavily damaged. And actually can't be continued building because the engineers are all dead. There's that. GC inbound on the south. There's 2 donuts now. They multiplied. No power for a Pupiska. That is not good. You need that shielding to keep those donuts online longer. And the power comes back online maybe for a brief moment. He's really trying to balance it. He's going to keep it online for now. AA is going to target the donuts. We have some ASFs, not many. We have more inbound from Foley. And there goes one donut. Crash lands on a bunch of stuff. That's not good. Lots of defenses, both AA and land, are gone. Second donut is going to crash on top of more AA. There's still that GC online. And that's the end of 2 donuts. There's a lot of mass dumping there from Team 1. But they did take out a lot of infrastructure, to be fair. So at this game, might as well take out anything and everything in the kitchen sink and just hope that that's enough. I thought somebody was building an artillery. I was going to say, why are you building a T3 one? Another nuke inbound. Not stop spamming those things. He's going to get the T3. That's another set of X's gone. Build an SMD somewhere. Gosh dang it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At least at a minimum. Kaboom. There's another PJ. There's one down here. So many nukes. So many nukes that could easily have been prevented just by one SMD. Granted, you won't prevent all of them, but some of them. And nuke's not loaded. No, nuke not loaded. This one is literally almost there. It's just barely. Another one inbound. A conga line of engineers to the north. And it's going for this position, I would assume, or even just this this nuke, or not nuke, this max. There's another nuke. Just these things just will not stop firing at this point. Kaboom! Oh, it went for that one max. No one can have nice things. AS is wiping out some gunships. Here comes the nuke, wiping out the GC producing facility again. Kaboom! No GCs. No, nothing. There's that GC. It's still alive. Team 1 Jesters, T3 gunships, T3 Ravagers. Team 3 is being pushed. Sorry, Team 3. Team 2 is being pushed back. Imagine if there was a third team in this game. Oh my goodness. That would be nuts. On a map like SETON'S, just... I don't know, how would you have 3 players? You'd have to have some sort of like triangle kind of thing where like you have essentially three causeways. You have like one going this way, one going this way, one going this way kind of thing. Maybe. I don't know. Somebody's probably designed it. I know there's that one that looks like a Cybran symbol, but I haven't seen games played on that in a long time. There probably are still games played on it, just not that many that I've seen. Oh, missile gets redirected. That's unfortunate. Or not redirected, but shot down. Kaboom, wipes out more naval stuff. And Nuke in the northeast tries to take out Shen. He's like, stop blowing up holes in my ship. Split says Shen. Talking about the silencers, I would assume. Silencer's still not firing. It's still not. I don't know. Maybe he's not loading that nuke. Weird. Anyway. For spam inbound, 1 hour, 23 minutes on the clock. And this is why the game goes on for as long as it does, because you just had World War III happen. It's just, now what do we do? Sticks and stones at this point. It's just not any of the big ticket items. We saw them all, and then it went, it's all gone. Another... Are they ground firing at this point? Are they ground firing missiles? Are they have to... Did they kill off a nuke sub? No, that's not a nuke sub. The wreck would be bigger. Is that a nuke sub? No, that's not a nuke sub. It's not the profile. And to the credit, everybody in this game is somehow still kicking it. Kaboom! More mechs is dead, even if they weren't mechs. Whatever's there's gone now. We have T2 cruisers targeting a GC that's just kind of just standing there at this point. 1 hour, 24 minutes on the clock. We have gunships inbound. Where I would assume this. Another donut. And that's going to be the end of that donut. That's number 3 dead for Team 1. There's 2. Well, there was 2 wrecks there. There's only 1. They've reclaimed it. What's the reclaim situation? 1.18 million mass reclaimed. Team 2 at 850,000. There's 2 million mass reclaimed on the map. That is so much mass. There's another nuke inbound from Foley. What is this number? Like 30 at this point for nukes? This is insane. Oh, he might clip that silencer that he tried to hit earlier. It's just spreading out all the damage. The nuke subs might win the game for Team 2 at this point. Oh my goodness. They kind of did, to be fair. Kaboom. He did wipe it out. Look at that. He has 1 silencer left. Foley starting stealth just to keep his comm hidden. I guess maybe he's going to go for Cloak. And there's another nuke. Kaboom wipes out another group of forces. He's not building any naval units, so he's not resupplying them. It's probably not worth it to him. There's Papaska right here. You wouldn't really notice that he's there. You would think he's back at the island, but he's not. Gunships are inbound to the main base. Here it is. 1 hour, 26 minutes, and finally this island over here to the east is being targeted by something, at least. Gunships going after P-gens. That'll do a little bit for some AoE explosions. And Big says Nexus. GC says Foley. Another nuke inbound. Where is it? Oh, it's up here to the north. It's going for Shen. Is it going to hit Shen? Maybe, maybe not. How's the base down here? Pigeons are down. And how's that power for Papaska? Oh, no, it went further deep in. Shen's like, I'm going to keep moving again. Kaboom! Just can't seem to get established by any means. Man, it's just like really trying to come back in this game, but Team 2 is like, no, 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 no. GC versus Chicken in the middle. And I think that, yeah, the Yothelta definitely has that fight. Although, was that a redirected missile from Team 2? Where was that? Was that on the aircraft carrier? Yeah, that was a redirection from an aircraft carrier. I feel like you should label that on the aircraft carriers. Do those have torp defense? They do. No, they have torp defense, not Team D defense. Team D defense. Team D's. GC charging straight forward. Just a couple of bugs flying over top. Some jesters. Some funny men. And T3 Naval Headquarters is gone. I love how the Tsar is defending with its missiles. HQ down. Big news says Nexus. Kaboom. Takes out more mexes. Team 1. I didn't switch back over to actual eco. Team 1 at the same amount almost that Team 2 is at. Team 1's power might just be kind of strained to the max. Ooh, yeah, that's not good. And Shen not doing too good. He's going to lose power here very shortly. And ooh, ooh, trying to keep it. Oh, there it goes. Yep, there goes the power. I feel like +2 is in order at this point. 1 hour, 28 minutes on the clock, and it's just sub nukes. It's just naval nukes. It's just spam all of them. Is it still all 7 of them? Yup. So let's take a look at the mass kill at this point. I want to be out of this game, please. That's next. Let's call it a draw. No, no, don't do that. Bad. Don't do that. Do not call it a draw. I mean, an hour and a half at a minimum. 6.8K, 104. 217, 178, 184, 10K, 109. Like, I don't know, maybe 150,000 mass killed at least with those nukes. Kaboom! Kills off another section. Shen is just not giving up. Papaska's not giving up. Nobody is giving up, but they're definitely. Nexus is like, please just stop. This would be done. 1 hour 30. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. 1 hour 30, 90 minutes. And that is it. There it is, the 1:30 mark. I hardly ever see it. Draw, says Shen. Just please say draw. There should be some indicator in the game if there's a draw, right? Isn't there like a command or something you put in? I thought there was like a vote. Oh, there goes another nuke. Kaboom! Shen's still alive up there, or you guys can recall. Let's be real. You have nothing. No, you have nothing. I don't know about that. You have 7 nuke subs. Team 1 has 1. Team 1's not building any more. And that one's not even loaded with a nuke anyways. 50% Tsar. There goes another nuke. Kaboom. I mean, Team 1, to their credit, they're not giving up. No one's giving up. I don't know if Team 2 will just have a draw or not. It's getting pretty close to the time that I think the game ends. Maybe it's 1:35 that the game ends. I don't remember what the time was, but it's getting close. Yeah, nothing. Is there anything else being built anywhere in this game? Just any big item? Another nuke. It's going for the. No, is that going to be a direct impact? Naval nuke on a Tsar. Yep. Oh, please tell me it goes through the. Oh, didn't go through the hole. It kills off all the engineers. Doesn't kill off the Tsar, of course, because it doesn't do that much damage. But Team Shen finally recall. Let's go. Not that hard. Nah. Don't give me that. Nuh-uh. 1 hour, 32 minutes, 31 seconds. MVP goes to just the tenacity of the everyone. So Foley Nexus, Shen, and Papiska, you get MVPs just for the sheer fact that you endured, what, 25 minutes of we really don't have a lot to be able to build something big to end the game with, so we're just going to keep playing the game until somebody decides to do something with it kind of thing. So I give it to that. The most impactful for the game for Team 2, however, definitely Foley. Those naval nukes, I mean, those things just ripped stuff apart. 106, 205, that's 311, that's 523, that's 700, we'll say. That's almost 1 million right there. In between these two, that's 1 million mass killed by naval nukes, by sub nukes, by Plan B strategic missile submarines. That is so much mass. Total mass accrued for Team 1, 5.79. Team 2, 5.6 million for a total of 11 million mass plus. Jeez. That's so much mass. And the reclaim totals, it did not cross more than 2.5 million, but still 2 million mass reclaimed is a hefty amount of mass. So thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. This, I don't think, is going to be the longest FAF video on the channel. I think that other video on the Mad Sea map, I think it was like 1:45 maybe. So it still isn't, it's close. It was close, but it wasn't that long. So thank you so much for watching to the very end of the video. For those who stuck with it, thank you. I really do appreciate it. I mean, the fact that you made it all the way through a game like this to the end of the video is very impressive. So thank you so much for watching till the very end. Special shout out to you. And I will see all of you in the next one.